Content Catchup.
Friends and enemies, welcome back. Sorry there was no episode last week. I'm going to take full blame for that. Barks did try to warn me. I moved house and he said, look, do you want to shoot an episode next week? And I said, absolutely, let's do that. And he said, are you sure? Everything will be everywhere and you won't be able to find anything. And I said, no. I'll be fine. I hate to say it, Barks, you were right. Welcome to the show, Michael Barker.
Thanks for having me, Julian Wallace. Not only did you want to record an ep, it was with a guest as well. Let me throw that out there. But
it could have been absolutely brutal.
It could have been. You backed yourself in, but I'll always have your back. So just want you to know that.
I appreciate it, but next time just tell me I'm being an absolute dickhead, and there's no chance that would have happened. Yeah. But anyway, what's happening in your world, Michael?
2 weeks to cover. What has been happening? Well, I've been to the office more, so it's been great to see all the familiar faces down at the Carlton Football Club.
Carlton.
I'm trying to think what else has been happening. Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Nothing to do with me, but yeah. What about you? Tell us. Sorry. Yeah.
Did you get Mon something? What'd you get her for Mother's Day?
Yeah, so we got an A3 cutting mat.
Okay.
So it's just Mum is an artist.
Do you and Darren split that?
Yeah, split it down the middle with the knife. No, just a few Officeworks. Good sponsor maybe, Officeworks. Supplies for Mum for artists and drawing.
Wonderful.
And flowers and
flowers, of course.
Did Darren get chocolates as well? I think so. So, we're good sons.
Do you have to get, or do you and Elise do opposition mothers, each other's mothers presents?
No, it just joined. Is that what you mean?
Okay, joint. Yeah, so you do a joint number. Wonderful.
Yeah. But I want to know about the move, Jules. How'd it go? Any difficulties?
Look, you go into the first 2 days of the move thinking it's going really well, and then a week later you're still unpacking boxes, and that's where we're at. We're still unpacking boxes, and both of us hate life because everything's in a box. But We're making slow progress. I think that's the key. Just do it as you can. Don't worry if there's just a room full of boxes. That's going to be like that for a little bit. You'll eventually sort shit out. But aside from that, really enjoying the new spot. A lot more natural light, as you can see.
I was going to say that. You look like a different man. You look fresh.
Oh, yeah. Fresh. A lot less noise. There's no bus outside my window. There's no screaming police sirens. There's no
just the typical
people abusing each other in the streets. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely positives.
Yeah, a lot of positives. Enjoying it so far. We'll see how we go. Looking forward to having everything set up properly. That's the main thing. But it's big shed Bark, so there's potential for a studio
in the shed.
Jeez,
you might want to put a bit of moolah behind that. Deck it out with some audio. I don't know, sound. What's it called?
I got some soundproofing around. It could happen.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe we can both move in. Do you want an extra plus one?
Yeah, send Mars to live with Elise and you can come over here.
Beautiful. That's
Makes
absolutely beautiful.
Sense.
All right.
Should we kick into some content, Barks?
Yeah, I reckon we should. Let's see what we've got here. So I'll go first this week. I've got a few things to kick us off, but the first one, bit of a discussion point. So those who aren't familiar with the AFL word, Kencollins, what is he? He's a former player, but a very opinionated media personality. And then Jack Ginivan is a young Collingwood player that's playing very well. They've sort of got a bit of back and forth banter, I guess you could call it, in the AFL word, because I think it started off that Jack Ginivan got handed a GoPro one game after they won, and Kencollins basically said that Jack Ginivan should focus on footy. He's only played a handful of games and stop having fun after the siren. But I wanted to talk about this just quickly. I'll get your opinion first, but I've got an opinion on this. The whole we'll call it Kencollins versus Jack Ginivan thing. What do you think of it? Do you think that it's good for the AFL? Do you think Kencollins is a dickhead like some? I'll just put it bluntly like that. Or do you sort of enjoy the back and forth?
I think, first point, I think it's good for the AFL players having personalities. I think that's a great thing for the AFL, and I think it's exactly what the AFL needs and wants. And for those who aren't big followers of the competition, it's very stale. It's been very stale since I want to say about like the early 90s, maybe mid 90s, where you had some characters in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe since early 2000s, it's just kind of really dropped off.
What about the Kencollins? Do you think Kencollins is good for it?
I think it is, and in a way that I think it needs someone to challenge it, to make other people like fight back and say, "Oh, how good is this?"
Yeah.
And Kane just is happy to be that person. What do you think?
So my take on it is I absolutely love it. I think it's exactly what Australia and AFL need. I think Kencollins is terrific at what he does, because I think similar to the LeVar Balls of the world and the Stephen A. Smiths in the America, the US side of things, I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's absolutely fantastic for the sport because it creates conversation. He doesn't care about being the bad guy. And even if he says things that make him get a lot of hate, which it would, it gets people talking, it gets people invested in it. So I think we should like... The thing that frustrates me is the Americans seem to have a great way to respect people like Kencollins and like cheer it on. It's literally cheered on. But the minute someone has these outlandish sort of opinions in Australia, it's just like he's a dickhead and he should shut up. But I think Kencollins is really good for this sport.
I think so as well. Like, he does say some dumb stuff, but
I think I think it's got a purpose behind it. And I'm saying he might not even believe what he says. Like, it's a media thing.
Well, that's what they always used to say about Sam Newman, like back in the day. Except I think he actually said, but like they used to say that he was actually a very intelligent person and would just say shit like this to get the reaction out of people. So,
and the discussion,
you might be onto something. Yeah.
And then just quickly on the Jack Ginivan side, I've heard people on Twitter call it. So, sorry, if you don't know much about AFL, this is not going to make much sense to you. But Jack Ginivan, very bright personality, very fun player. He's got a bit of swag to him. But again, that comes with a bit of hate online, because if you're a bit too out there, people aren't going to like you, which shows you're doing something right. But I think he's fantastic for it, and I think he should just keep being him and pushing the boundaries. I don't care if it comes across as arrogant, because again, we struggle to cheer it on, and the pettiness between him and Kencollins is, I think it's really fun. Like during the week, Kencollins I think dyed his hair blonde because Jack Ginivan did it, and then Jack Ginivan's like TikTok is a picture of Kencollins. Like, it's exactly what makes them NBA and NFL so great.
We shouldn't be. We also shouldn't be like, as content creators. Let's bring it back to what we see in it. I think like we should be encouraging players to be this person as much as they can and leaning into their strengths. If they've got a strong personality, let's do whatever we can to showcase it. And that's it's also a bit of a learning curve for fans as well, I think, who might challenge that and be like, similar views to Kencollins and say, nah, get better on the field, do this, do that. And it's like, nah, fuck it. It's not about the on-field performance. It's about the personality and it's about the person. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if it's getting eyeballs on Collingwood games and the show that Kencollins is on, that's the winning why they're doing it. I think it's great. Anyway, let us know your thoughts, listeners, because I think there's a bit of it might have been our man Cripsy that gets it shouted everything.
Oh, Cripsy bloody loves it.
Every episode on Discord, I think he said something about Kencollins, but let us know what you think on our socials or Discord, whatever you like. Anyway, I've got a couple more, so let's just quickly fly through this.
Yeah.
Really cool piece of. I've raised this guy before, but Dangelo Russell has a TikTok. Well, he does actually, but he's got a content creator called Logan Linkmeyer, and I just want to show you this clip from a press conference after a playoffs game to show how far ahead the US again are with having content creators for personal athletes. So this is after a playoff game, and a reporter asked Dangelo Russell not about the game, but about his filmmaker and content creator.
Hey Dilo, good game today. Just wanted to ask you about your content creator, Logan Linkmeyer, who has been growing exponentially over the last couple of years. One of the best in the business for sure. So I just wanted to ask you about your overall thoughts on his work and his progression over the last couple of years.
Oh no, he's amazing. He's amazing. It's obvious. His work shows that he doesn't really have to say anything. If I was him, I probably would have never showed my identity and just been a mistress this whole time. Just been mystique about his work because his work's so loud. It speaks for itself. He has multiple opportunities that present themselves from his work, and it's all him. It's nothing to do with me. It's all him, and he is who he is, and I give him his flowers all the time.
How cool's that?
That's awesome. That's a really cool shout out.
Hey, Dilo, good game today.
I've
Just
got
wanted
one
to ask
question
you-
though.
Are you gonna question if this is real?
No. I'm not going to
'Cause
question if
I-
this is real.
I actually
I
thought
did
I
think
saw
that
a
when I
comment.
said, yeah.
No, but I'm gonna dig it. We might have to cut this because I have a feeling. What if he's just cleverly? Anyway, the content creator could have
Yeah.
just put that voice over. Anyway, what were your thoughts?
Well, if he's such a good content creator, why the fuck has he got the wrong ratio for a TikTok?
Can you? Oh yeah, it's true. Good call.
Mate, it's 9:16, not 16.
Yeah, that's
You
terrible.
big bozo. Egg him.
Stuff it. He's not even good. Oh, don't
Yeah,
rate
fuck
what he
it.
does
Let's
anyway.
cut that whole segment.
Cut it. A quick last one. AFL put out this little video combined with Monster, the energy drink, on Bailey Smith. And I just wanted your thoughts on this piece of content. I thought it was very cool. Not only the edit, but just to get him.
Game, I was dead at this point. My legs were literally about to fall.
Sorry, let me explain that a bit better. He's basically, they've got Bailey Smith to watch his game-winning goal last year. And I don't think it's not a bit of content that we haven't seen before, but I just really rate it. Give it a watch.
Up in Brizzy, late in the game, I was dead at this point. My legs were literally about to fall off. Mitch Hannon handball. Oh, nice edit. Oh, they're doing ice in the veins. I didn't know you were editing it. Mate, that's sick. That's nice. You've gone actually into the veins. That's sick. Wasn't actually pre-planned. People thought it was. I don't know why it came to me to do it. Yeah, D-Lo reposted it, which was just crazy. I love NBA. I was copying so much from the crowd. It was ridiculous. Kind of selfish. I probably should have sent it, but I don't know how I kicked it. Like, I was so fatigued. Yeah, no,
Anyway, you get the gist. There's a lot to that. I think, like, not only the editing, but the just the raw getting Bailey Smith's personality across.
I think it's first, like, the edit's insane.
Yeah,
Going into
crazy.
the bloodstream. It's like one of those, for those who are just listening, it's like when you're in high school and you're watching, like, the medical, how does the blood cells
Yeah,
get through there? It's like one of those animations, but they've made it like ice, obviously. That was really cool. I like his reaction to it as well. It seems quite genuine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it didn't look like your favorite thing, scripted.
Scripted.
Anyway.
No, good little one.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
about Monster Energy as a sponsor, though.
What do you mean?
Not very healthy, are they?
Well, I mean, all right. Well, you're gonna pick everything that's not healthy in the sponsors. You'll have none of them left.
Yeah.
You want to go through? Let's go through sponsors. We'll have a show dedicated to it. All right, that's what I saw,
McDonald's,
Jules. Let me
KFC,
show me what you've seen.
Beautiful. So I've got two really quick examples. Boston Bruins are heading into the NHL playoffs. And as with everyone, as soon as you hit playoffs, you've got to have your little, let's get everyone hyped up and going for playoffs.
Is that what this is?
It's hype. I thought this was a really simple yet effective execution of rallying the fans.
Let's go Bruins.
Let's go Bruins. Let's go Bruins. Let's go Bruins.
Yes, sweet little idea.
All of us.
All of us.
Yeah, it's not complicated, is it?
No.
Playing off the chanting in the crowd. For anyone just listening at home, it's like they highlight different types of fans in a whole lot of different scenarios. So like catching the train on the way to school, playing ice hockey, doing the gardening. I thought the chainsaw was pretty cool as well. And then some iconic spots around the Boston Stadium as well. So like a couple of pubs and stuff like that. So, again, I just thought it was a really cool, like simple, like they didn't try and make something too much or tell a story. They just,
Yeah, I think what we find that the simple ones are always the ones that we bring up because they are the better ones. Like you need the idea and typically a simple idea, and you need that executed to get a really good piece of content. So I think it's really good at. And those little things like doing the gardening and getting ready for a playoff game is just the realistic thing like people do. Like it's cool. All of us.
Yeah, what do you do before you get to the game? Like you do everything else you need
the stuff
to do.
out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted a quick topic with you. So we obviously have to make hype videos quite often. What do you think there's benefit in being able to actually go out and shoot stuff like that, having to use existing footage? Like that to me is really cool. But yeah, keen to hear your thoughts.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's the one massive difference maker. Like I think, like I've been in those situations where you got to make a video and then you probably haven't filmed enough for the video, and it's sort of like digging through the archives of like, what, and obviously the point of the video has to relate to it because sometimes the stuff you've done in the past is the best stuff. But yeah, I think the videos that you can tell have been shot for that one launch, that'll go a mile to, I guess, show, like, get a better, what am I trying to say? Get a better result. Yes.
Yeah. No, I think so as well. And I think and bring it back to AFL, again, sorry if you don't like AFL, but it's the industry we work in, motherfuckers. Wow. I don't think we do enough of this. Like, there's some clubs that are really good with it and obviously have budgets for stuff like this. And I think we need to start looking at campaigns like this and saying, well, we can't just rely on highlights and getting a player to do a voiceover. What we need is an actual story or whatever it might be to push it along, and we need to go out and film stuff for that.
I absolutely agree. And I think, as I said before, you can tell when something hasn't been thought of.
Yeah.
Good
my
point.
next one.
I'll put that in my PDP.
Yeah, wonderful. Who does that? My next one is just a quick one. It could have almost been in the boss section, but I just thought this is a kind of cool way that, number one, the Nets have showcased this this achievement for Paddy Mills, who won the best sportsman in the NBA. I think that's the award.
I think so.
Simple ideas, like we say, they work really well. Split screen. They've got what they're showing to the whole group, and they've got Paddy's reaction down the bottom. So, Bucks, if you just want to play it, please.
Good sportsmanship is found in your attitudes, in the way you do things, in the smile department. And remember, if you're a good sport, everyone can enjoy the game better. And what's most important, you'll feel better about yourself. Are you a good sport?
We get to see Paddy's sportsmanship every day. We get to see what type of character he is, what he brings to our group every day. But this is voted on by the league players, not media, no one else. It's the players, your peers. So congratulations and thank you for everything you do for us.
I think I love It reminds me of dodgeball. You know when they've got that video, the explainer video at the start, where it's like,
yeah, it's true.
if you want to play dodgeball,
That's a very good point.
I like the simple concept. It's like good sportsmanship, or good sportsmanship is something that's taught, I imagine, at a very junior level, and it has been taught for ages and ages. So to bring it back to like one of these old school like instructional videos from the 50s is quite cool. And then just like a simple, there was nothing chaotic about it. There wasn't like huge grabs or anything.
Doesn't
nice
need to be.
speech from the coach at the after, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this, and it's funny working in this field now for a few years that my mind shadow goes to. Hey, good on the Brooklyn Nets basketball department for just making sure. It's all about the timing of getting down the camera there to when the award gets presented, and I think the NBA do a really good job of that. Like they don't seem to miss anything like these awards, and they don't seem to overcomplicate it, like you said.
No, and I think like that's also the thing is like if you've got a league that really has understanding of the importance of these moments and bringing fans into it, then it makes it a lot easier. But it's also on a club to like, to push that kind of agenda.
Good.
But anyway, everyone bloody loves Patty Mills, don't they?
I think, yep. I'll
Clearly.
just agree with that. Clearly, seems like a very nice.
Oh,
fella.
don't tell me you hate him.
No, I don't
You
know. I
would.
don't know why I worded it like I had something against him. Speaking of having something against people, let's move on to some big bloody eggs.
Egg of the week.
I'm going to kick us off. I couldn't pass this on our mate, Edwin. This was about a week away now. So he's had a few appearances on Channel 10 as a social media expert, but poor Edwin has got his company name
The short sandwich.
wrong. So they've called him Edwin Smith and the short sandwich instead of the social sandwich. But counter this with a massive boss, because he does exactly what he should bloody do, because he teaches social media. He's taken this as like his full-blown brand now. Like he's changed his handle to short sandwich and he's just run with it.
I hate to say this, but I've got so much respect for this guy because he just pushes so much content. He just doesn't stop. It's fucking annoying how good he is.
It looks like he enjoys it.
I'm happy for him. Sorry. That was the other thing.
No, it looks like he enjoys it. That's the main thing. And I do think it's very cool that he's been on Channel 10 and he keeps wearing his party shirts no matter where he's on.
Yeah.
He's got
Is
a
that
brand.
a SpongeBob one? Oh, no, it's Flamingos.
Yeah,
Flamingo.
deep dive. He's got two,
What
man.
the hell's a short sandwich, anyway?
How do you get those things right? It'd be funny if they did it on purpose.
Probably did.
I'm going to quickly hit you with, I know you've got one here, but I want to ask you egg or boss on this situation before I play the video. Another NBA playoff example, but this series is done now, but Phoenix versus the Pelicans. In this series, the Phoenix have Chris Paul, which a lot of you might have heard of, but who you might not have heard of is this newcomer young guy for Pelicans called Jose Alvarado. Now,
is he the one that steals the ball all the time?
Yeah. So Alvarado has quickly become a fan and league favorite for the Pelicans because he does all these real cheeky. Oh, thanks YouTube. Real cheeky things like stealing the ball where he probably shouldn't. Where players should be onto it. Anyway, Phoenix eliminated Pelicans, and a lot of the series was about this matchup of Alvarado versus Chris Paul. And in the first press conference, Alvarado is on stage and he sort of says, "Oh, yeah, yada yada yada. It was great to come against Chris Paul. He's one of the league's greatest, but at least he knows my name now." So keyword, at least he knows my name now. So what does petty Chris Paul do in his post-game press conference after he's clearly heard this? We'll give it a watch.
He's good. You know, it was one of I ain't, like I said, I would never run from no smoke. He was a tough person to guard, and I think I challenged him as best as I can. And at the end of the day, like I said, he's going to be a Hall of Fame, but he knows my name now too.
You know, we knew Alvarado. We knew he was going to be picking up, high energy.
In case you haven't quite followed this, Chris Paul clearly puts on that he can't remember Alvarado's name just because he's a petty shit. And I love this. And it's so petty and childish, but I think it's fantastic.
Chris Paul and Pat Beverley have got to be the two pettiest players in the NBA, don't they?
It goes back to what I was saying before. The league celebrate it. Like it's just so good for their league. I'd love if the AFL could somehow take it on, like just embrace it. But yeah, good on Chris Paul.
Just jerks. I like that. I like it a lot. My one's a quick one. So this came up on my feed during the NBA playoffs on overtime. So have you seen this, Sparks?
I have seen it, yep.
Yeah. So for those just listening in, it was tweeted by Jack Harlow, the rapper, and he's sitting courtside at what looks like the Celtics game, and he's got a camera operator in front of him, and he like reaches out in front of this courtside camera operator and just starts like fucking with their settings. I'm just thinking like, why is that necessary? So the camera operator then tweets back and says, "Oh no, it's all okay. Like, no harm done. Like, someone from Jack's like parties apologized and it's all good." And I'm like, I think it's anyway. It's not important which one it is, but like, it doesn't. They're just lucky that they got someone who didn't care. Like, what's funny about this? There's nothing funny about this. This is like, I was reading through some of the comments, and apparently this industry is like really cutthroat, like trying to get courtside and be one of these camera operators. Imagine if they flick to your footage for a second and it's all fucked up and it's not your fault. And next game you're gone.
That's what someone said. I was actually listening to someone talking about this, saying it'd be funny if this camera was in charge of filming like Jack Harlow if he was singing at halftime or something, and it stuffed up. Bit of irony there, but yeah, I saw different takes on this, and it's interesting that you've taken it more seriously than I would. I don't think it's funny, but I don't think it's like no harm no foul. But I do get your point.
I think it's an egg of the week. You just shouldn't do it unless it's pre-organized. Then that's fine, but like just don't fuck with someone's stuff.
Oh, so you want to set up, you want to rehearse.
Hey, I'm all for
turntables.
Well-rehearsed things. How the turntables. Anyway, Barks, let's get on to some good shit. Let's get some bosses in here.
All right, do you want to go first? Bosses.
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine's just a funny one.
Okay.
I really rate like when security guards win the battle against streakers or crowd invaders. And this one's from an NRL game. This guy's running along, a bit wet, slips over, dodges one tackle, and then out of nowhere,
I love these. That's a good hit.
That's a good hit.
Done it sound. That is a very good hit.
A very clean hit. It's probably like some ex-rugby player that's just like, oh, someone hasn't made it, and now they're a security guard and absolutely just bodied this person.
There'd have to be a great compilation of the best security guard hits by now. There's a lot.
Oh, there would be.
I've got a quick one from the NRL. What's his name? Nathan Cleary jumped the stands to help or get a photo with a young fan and say hello to a young fan in a wheelchair. I'll just refresh it and hear the audio because it's quite some nice audio. But...
Go, Nathan! You're so nice, Nathan. Oh, this is melting my heart.
We've seen these things before, but not a hard thing to do. And audio, if you're just listening to the audio, but Nathan Cleary, I clearly don't follow the NRL. Hops the stands just to say hello to a young fan in a wheelchair. So it's just good on him. It's not hard, but good on him. I think it's just a quick boss.
I think that's a very nice moment. Well done, Nathan Cleary, if you're listening. I know you're a big fan of the show.
It's very fun. Finally, just quick boss to the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. For you fans that don't follow the basketball, their debut season in the NBL is still going. They're one of two teams left because they've made the grand final. A real sort of one of those sporting sort of stories that everybody will be a fan of because they sort of took the leap of getting a Tasmania team before the AFL, as everyone knows, and nobody expected them to get in the grand final series. They lost their first game, but who knows?
And they've got a ridiculous name.
and C, they should have been eliminated the minute they
The
launched
NBL
paperwork.
trophy. The NBL trophy might say Jack
Imagine
Jumpers on
that. Yeah, that is a great point.
That's
and then
fucked.
the league will drop everything they've worked so hard for because the Jack Jumpers rule the league.
Oh god, no! Congratulations, Jack Jumpers, and I hope the content team is enjoying the ride. That's incredible. First season in the competition and have so much success. Enjoy the ride. Hope it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
let us know what it's like.
yeah, we'll get there one day. Speaking of enjoying the ride, let's see what Big Darren, friend of the show, will produce. He's going to Tassie tomorrow, so all eyes on Darren. Let's see what he gets from Tasmania trip.
Shit.
Probably
Nah,
shit.
good luck, Darren.
Mic'd up. Woo, it's
If
back.
you mic me up.
Yeah, you can sing it. NBL are leading the way in our marked up, so I'm going to give you another quick one. Brian Goorjian, Illawarra Hawks coach, they've eliminated now, but just check this out. He gives them gold. Very
I had
blunt.
this one saved.
Did you?
And then I saw you put it in the run sheet. I'm like, oh yeah, very good, very good.
Oh, accent. All right, what's going on here?
I don't know, mate. You got internet? You paid your bill? Did you forget?
No, that was the other week. I'm on top of things now. Fucking hell. Maybe it's because I've got 5% battery.
You charge your laptop, buddy.
Jesus. I hope this doesn't die.
Maybe just maybe if you can give us a monologue of what he said.
I actually don't remember. I think he just looks at one of his players and says, and you fucking do, like, I don't know, you do this better. Anyway, it's not our friend. Let's just wind this bad boy up, Jules. It's been...
No, give us a little summary and I'll add the audio in. That's
No, I don't remember. All right, you can add it in afterwards, but have a listen to this. Brian Goorjian. Haha, see how good access is that? Anyway, you meant to put a cut in there, Jules. All right. We're done for another episode of the Content Catch-Up. It's been wonderful to be back. Jules, hope you enjoy in your home. And, yeah, God bless. Anything to add?
We'll probably have to... Oh, this is just some admin. I'm not around next weekend again.
Oh.
You wouldn't believe it. So...
What are you doing?
Next weekend's the half marathon, baby.
What, it takes all bloody weekend?
Well, it's the Great Ocean Road half marathon, so...
Recovery.
Yeah, probably. No, it's on Sunday.
How long is this thing?
It's on Sunday. But yeah, might be heading down a couple of days early and just enjoying myself if that's
Okay.
all right. You're going to
That's
be
all
in
right.
Sydney anyway, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Nick is.
You're not going.
That's all right.
Cause
We'll touch base then.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this time next week, I'll be running. That's my update. Let's see how it goes. That's all I've got for you. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
See ya and thank you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
This is the longest winded goodbye anyway. You don't have to listen. Stop listening now. You can quit. Stop listening.
I've got less
Why
than
are
a
you still
minute left,
listening?
Jules. It's going to cut
Stop
off.
listening. Goodbye.